We're gonna start standing, just to get some arm circles, and I'm just gonna try to get my computer in a position that's good for everybody. So yeah, if you just start with some arm circles, I'm just gonna adjust here for a sec, and then we'll get zooming. And if you could turn off your, mute yourself, that'll be really helpful for people that want to watch this later, just so that they only see what I'm doing. All right, so let's see here. So you're just gonna move forward and then back. Please make sure that you're muting here, just so I'm in the speaker view. I'm not sure why I'm not. And then go the other direction. Good. Make those circles a little bit smaller. And just start to feel the pieces and parts working here. If you didn't get to do that the other direction, please do that the other direction as well. Nice. And then you're just going to hinge from your hips, hinging right from the hip creases. Let your arms hang down in front of you, and it's just a Michael Phelps arm swing. So you're slapping your back with your hands just to get a little shoulder mobility here. All right. Then come up to stand and just free rotation, getting into the spine here, just gently rotating from side to side, maybe letting your hands slap your back on opposite sides, just really connecting to your breath here. Then notice as you tuck the pubic bone towards the navel and you start to get your glutes firing a little bit more, you'll have a little bit more core engagement, a little less rotation, but you're gonna feel a little bit more through that mid-spine and a little bit less through the lumbar spine, the lower spine. Nice. And then you'll just come to a nice pause. Hinge once again at your hips. Let your thumbs point up towards the sky. Let your chest melt towards the earth. Engage your core and then just pulse so that we're getting the rhomboids firing here. So you'll just feel navel pulling in and up. Clean line of energy from your tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Just 5 more. Then you'll come into an eye position. So you'll come a little bit more towards your hips with your hands, but your thumbs are pointing up towards the sky. So you're depressing the scapula on the back here. So just waking up those lower trapezius muscles here. Just saying hello to them. Three, 2, 1. Hold there, pause. And then what you're gonna do is just float your arms out to the side into a high Y position. Trying to keep that integrity of the lower trapezius muscles firing and then come back down. We're just gonna do that a few times to feel all the muscles in the back body working together to create more openness through the front body, to really open the breath to you, that nice fluid breath that will guide us through our practice today. Just 3 more, just really listening to your body and your breath as you move. Good. We're going to start at the top of the mat. We're going to do 8 core activation exercises. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. We're gonna start just with a reverse lunge. We're gonna alternate.
Exercise 45
just
seconds.
Step back,
3 cycles.
come back up to stand. Keep the chest lifted. It's helpful to gaze forward in order to keep the chest lifted. Another 20 seconds. $15.
Rest coming up.
5, 4, 3, 2. Rest. Come down to the ground. We're gonna get our glutes firing, so press your feet into the earth. Place your hands in your hip crease. You'll press your feet into the earth to thrust your hips up towards the sky.
Exercise 45 seconds.
And then lower back down. And you're just gonna really feel those glutes activate at the top and lower back down. Just listening to your breath here. Feeling drawstring tighten in between the top of the pelvis. That nice little trampoline. And just really feel your connection to the earth here as you push your feet into the earth, and that turns into a reach through your hips.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
and rest. Hands on thighs. Press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. And just start to feel drawstring tightening in between the top of your pelvis. Okay. And then you're just gonna slowly tap your right heel, lift it back up, tap your left heel. So we're looking to really start to get the transversus abdominis firing here. All those deep core stabilizers, they're going to help us when we get into a little bit more active movement. So just notice here that the back of your head, your mid-spine, and your tailbone are staying on the earth as you do this movement. It will make the activation of those deep core stabilizers much more apparent.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
rest. You'll extend your legs to straight, and then you'll bend your left knee. Toes on that right foot are pointing towards your ankle. That's gonna engage your quadricep. You're gonna slowly lift that right leg
Exercise 45
just in line
seconds.
with your knee, and then lower it back down. Lift and lower. We're getting that VMO muscle, that medial quadricep muscle firing right now. So please put your attention on that so that you're not using momentum to do this, but you're actually engaging that muscle and lifting from that place. Muscles hugging onto bones here.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. Right foot on the ground, left foot extends. Toes pointing towards the ankle. Feel that medial quadricep muscle engage. Hug all of your muscles onto your bones. And slowly lift.
Exercise 45 seconds.
Slowly lower. This muscle is really important for knee tracking and works in conjunction with our glutes. So really important muscle to activate right now. Toes can spread nice and wide just to aid in that activation.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and
Rest.
1. Come to a kneeling position. We're going to do kneel to squat to really get those muscles firing, the quad and the glute now. So you'll press into your foot to come into a squat position.
Exercise 45 seconds.
You'll lower back down to the ground, and then you'll switch sides, pressing into the foot, coming into the squat, lowering back down to the ground. And you'll just keep switching sides, feeling that nice kinetic chain as you move from side to side. Nice work, everybody.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. Hands and knees. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. We're gonna wake up the glute med. So we're gonna do fire hydrants. So if you're in this position,
Exercise
keep the
45
pelvis
seconds.
level as you reach that knee out to the side, and then slowly come back in, out to the side, back in, out to the side, back in, and doing your best here to keep that pelvis level. You'll get a lot more engagement through that glute med muscle the more you engage your core and keep pelvis level. Nice work, everybody.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
and rest. All right, other side. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Feel that nice stable spine, gaze slightly ahead to keep the tailbone to the crown of the head in a nice neutral position. And then just offer that knee out to the side like a barn door opening. And just be mindful of keeping that core engaged. Drawstring tightening in between the top of your pelvis. Press equally into both hands as much as you can. Great job, 15 seconds.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
and rest. All right, come on up to stand.
Workout reset.
We're gonna do just some pulse squats for 20 seconds, rest for 10, and then we're just gonna go through some warm-up exercises. So start squatting, feel those glutes firing. Notice as you push your feet into the earth that your hips thrust forward. We really wanna get that energy happening in our body right now. Get those glutes firing, those hip flexors releasing. Good, rest. All right, we're gonna do high knees next. So you can either march or you can actually go a little faster. We're going in 2, 1, high knees for 20. Nice work, everybody. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next, we'll do butt kicks. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and just kicking the butt, just getting those hamstrings firing, keeping the chest lifted. 3, 2, 1, rest, back to air squats. Three, 2, 1, beautiful. Rest for a second. You're gonna start hopping on your right foot and then scraping the earth with your left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work. All right, now we get to see how the other side feels. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, hop and scrape. One side may be easier than the other. Five, 4, 3, 2, rest. One more round of air squats. Move into the rest of our workout. Nice work, everybody. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice. Okay, we're doing a core activation series first. 3 movements. Reverse crunch is the first movement, so you'll come onto your back. I'll just show you all 3 first. And you're going to have your hands behind your head so that your rectus abdominis is engaged. And then you're just going to reach your hips off the ground, reaching your knees towards your elbows. If it feels good to straighten your legs, you can do that. You have a shorter lever arm if your knees are bent. So that's number 1. Number 2, you'll come to a plank position. You can keep your feet nice and wide here. We're gonna do a high to low push-up. So you'll lower your forearms to the ground, press your left hand and your right hand, lower, and then right, left. This can be done on the knees as well. What you're trying to do is keep your pelvis level while you're doing this work. Thirdly, you'll come onto your back into a high bridge. You'll lift your hips up towards the sky. You'll keep your core engaged and your glutes firing as you lift one knee in line with your hip and then the other. So you'll just move from side to side here. So we'll do those 3 movements, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds round, 3 times. 15 seconds would be a rest, is what I meant to say. All right, here we go. Reverse crunch with iso hold. So hold that upper body and then bring your knees in towards your elbows. Working upper and lower rectus here.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. Prepare for high to low plank. So you'll come into a plank position. You'll press your hands into the earth. If you want to walk your feet wider, that's going to give you a little wider base of support. Tuck the pubic bone towards the navel. Lower one forearm and the other, and then press back up, and then switch sides. So you're alternating which side you go down with first, and then back up. Just trying to remember which side that was. Another 20 seconds. Do your best to keep that pelvis level.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, rest. Nice work, everyone. On your back. Press your feet into the earth. Lift your hips up nice and high. Feel glutes fire, core engage. Your arms can be down by your side. Pressing into the earth.
45 seconds.
Lift your right knee and then your left. So keeping those hips really high. Keeping the pelvis level. If you want to challenge yourself, you can reach your fingertips up towards the sky. If you slide the shoulders onto your back, you'll feel a little bit more stability in the back body. So think about just letting those shoulders slide onto the back to connect rather than being separate. All right, nice work, everybody. One round down, 2 to go. Hands on the back of head. Knees can start right in line with your hips. You can get extra credit here if you'd like, just bringing your elbows
Exercise 45 seconds.
and knees towards each other. And just noticing here all those muscles firing.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Plank pose. If it feels better just to stay in plank, you can stay in plank. And just hold here. Great strengthening exercise. You want to go high to low, we'll go in
Exercise 45 seconds.
now. Just doing your best to keep the pelvis level, knowing that you can come to your knees at any time. Just focus on core engagement and keeping that pelvis nice and level.
Rest coming up.
Rest.
Rest.
All right, nice work. On your back. Prepare for your bridge. Get into that nice high bridge. And then your right knee
Exercise 45 seconds.
comes in line with your hip. Left knee, right. Maybe making it more challenging by reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. Taking care to lift and lower without momentum.
Rest coming up. Rest.
All right, last round of fun in this circuit. Prepare for your reverse crunch. So you can take those top of the shoulders off the ground, hands behind the head, and then the elbows are going to come in towards your shoulders. And back out. Really feeling those deep core muscles firing here. Rectus abdominis is one of the global muscles and is in control of flexing the spine. So we're really getting it going right now by doing this.
Rest coming up.
Rest coming up. 3, 2,
Rest.
and rest. All right. Plank. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and low to high.
Exercise 45 seconds.
Another 20 seconds. Nice work, everybody. Ten.
Rest coming up.
Rest. All right. Bridge. On your back. Lift those hips up nice and high. Feel your feet pressing into the ground. Put right knee
5 seconds.
in line with hip. Left knee. Right. And left. Do your best to keep that pelvis level, lifting and lowering with a nice methodical movement.
Rest coming up.
5, 4, 3,
Rest.
2, and rest. Okay. Time for our next round. So we're going to start the next round with pineapple pickers. So pineapple pickers, if you place your hands in your hip crease, micro bend in the knees, what you're doing here is you're hinging forward and reaching way in front of you. And then as you come up, you're engaging your core and your glutes, and you're coming straight down beneath you, doing the same thing, engaging core and glutes, and then reaching behind you, engaging core and glutes. So we'll do that at a little faster pace, but please think about that hinging from the hip crease, okay? And then we're gonna come back down to the ground, work on our VMO muscle. So you're going to be in a single leg bridge here, and you can have your knee in line with your other knee, or you can have your leg straight up in the sky, and you're just gonna lift and lower, lift, lower. If you bend that knee, it'll be a little shorter lever arm for you. So you're really gonna get one glute firing and then switch sides and either have that knee in line with the other knee, or you could extend that leg straight, and you're just really pressing into your heel to get that hip to lift up, okay? So those are 3 moves. We're gonna go in
Workout reset.
5,
One workout.
4, 3, 2, and 1. So pineapple pickers, you're going forward, then straight down, and then behind. Micro bend in the knees, hinging from the hip crease, feeling core, feeling glutes, getting a little sweat going. Nice work, everybody.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and 1. Down to the ground. We'll start with the right glute getting activated. So come into bridge, and then lift your left knee in line with your other knee.
Exercise.
And then you're just gonna press through that right foot, never touching the earth, but just pulsing up and down so that you can feel that right glute fire. If you want to extend that leg to straight, go right ahead. Just notice a little burning sensation happening in your glute. That's what we're looking for. And when we turn on the glute, then the antagonist, the hip flexor muscles that tend to get overactive when we're sitting all the time, get a little break, which is nice. All right, rest, other side. Get ready. Really find that connection with your foot into the earth. The closer you are to your glute with your foot, the more glute activation. The further away, the hamstring's gonna get a little bit more involved. Just notice if one side is easier to fire than the other. Good information. When we do these unilateral exercises, it's really good because we have to use our core to stabilize. So anytime we're on one foot, just like running, we're stabilizing with our core. All right, rest, back up to pineapple pickers. Feel those glutes working. Place your hands on your hip crease. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and reach forward. Right below you and then behind you. And just really notice the core and the glutes firing as you come up to stand.
Rest coming up.
5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Back down to the ground. Time for that right glute activation. Really feel your whole foot pressing into the ground. Lift that left knee off of the ground.
Exercise 45.
And then begin that pulse. Doing your best to keep the pelvis level. It's challenging. We usually get clear on imbalances when we're doing single leg work because we can see more clearly if one side is stronger than the other. So, good thing I noticed. You can give a little extra love to the side that feels less strong.
Rest coming up.
We swear, rest. You can pause for a sec here. Might feel good to just let your feet press into the earth and your knees to sway from side to side. Just to release the lower back. And now we're going. Press that left foot into the ground. And just feel that left glute working here.
Rest coming up. Rest.
All right, rest. All right, one more time. Back up to our pineapple pickers. 3, 2, and hinge, thrust. Hinge, thrust. Hinge, thrust. Micro bend those knees, don't want to hyperextend. Feel that push turning into a reach.
Rest coming up.
All right, last round of fun here. Back down to the ground. Here we go. Press that right foot into the ground. And get ready to pulse. This will come in handy in our next round. We'll be nice and warmed up to really use these muscles.
Rest coming up.
Good, and rest. Okay, you can let those knees sway from side to side like wheat in the wind. You need to just take a little break here for a sec. And then we're back in. Press that left foot into the ground. Feel that glute fire. Doing great.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
and rest. Nice work, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna do a little lunge movement that we're gonna use those glute beads and glute max that we just spoke up. So your right foot's gonna be forward, your left knee is gonna be back. So if you come to like a 90-90 position here, so that you can have 90 in the front leg, 90 in the back. I like to think of it as you're wearing a mini skirt and you're trying to pick a daisy off of the ground. So you're gonna tuck the back toes under, keep your chest lifted, and just to encourage that, press your hands into your head and your head into your hands. You're gonna find that position that feels good to you to pulse. So that's gonna be one side, then you can just flip around to the other side, find that position for yourself, pulse. Then you'll come to the ground and you're gonna come onto your belly. You'll reach your arms out and your legs out, and you're gonna do a reciprocal reach pattern. So your right arm and your left leg are gonna reach up towards the sky, keeping your pelvis on the ground, and you're gonna lower back down, and then do the other side. I really like having my thumbs pointing up so that I encourage external rotation of the shoulders on the back. So those are our 3 moves, and
Workout reset.
we'll get going in
Starting your epic one.
5,
Get ready.
4, 3. So find that position for yourself,
Exercise 45 seconds.
and then come on up into that split lunge position, and you'll pulse. Your hands will go behind your head so that you can breathe freely here. And this is encouraging us to keep the ankle, the knee, and the hip all in one line. You should feel a nice stretch through your left hip flexors and an engagement in that glute. Lots of work being done here. The more that you reach those elbows back behind you, the more you get those rhomboids firing,
Rest coming up.
the easier it is for you to breathe. Nice work, everybody.
Rest.
Good, rest. Other foot forward, other foot back. Look for that 90-degree angle in the front leg, 90-degree angle in the back. Then you'll tuck your toe under, and you'll come into that lunge position.
Exercise 45.
You can interlace the opposite way, if that feels good. And then you're just looking for that nice little pulse motion, similar to what a Bulgarian squat would feel like. A real burner. noticing if one side's harder than the other. Tends to be the case.
Rest coming up.
Good, rest. Down to the ground. Reciprocal reach pattern here. So on your belly, forehead stays on the ground. Arms are like Superwoman, Superman arms. Thumbs are up. Right arm, left leg, pelvis stays on the ground. Left arm, right leg. You're getting into your posterior oblique sling here. So lat and opposing glute. Very important sling in our body.
Rest coming up. Rest.
All right, one round down. Right foot forward. So you can always come back down to the ground and situate yourself so that you have that 90 in the front, 90 in the back. Press the back toes into the ground. Find that place where pubic bone's tucking towards the navel. Visualize your hands behind your head. Press your hands into your head and your head into your hands as you pulse. Nice work, everybody. Feel that nice unwinding occurring through the front of the left
Rest
hip.
coming up.
Good, rest.
Rest.
Other side. Come on down to the ground if that would feel good. 90 in the front, 90 in the back. Tuck the back toe under. And then just notice inner thighs are hugging in towards each other. You can interlace the opposite way. Keep that chest nice and open as you pulse. Just great opportunity to notice what you notice. Probably a little bit of burning.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. Nice work, everybody. To the ground. Reciprocal reach pattern. Make sure that pelvis is nice and heavy on the earth. Tops of the feet pressing into the earth. Really long in your spine.
Exercise.
Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg.
Rest coming up. Rest.
Rest. All right. One more round. You guys are doing awesome. So once again, 90-90. And then tuck those back toes under.
Exercise 45 seconds.
Pubic bone tucks towards the navel, chest is nice and tall. And then you're just pulsing as you press your hands into your head and your head into your hands. Nice.
Rest coming up.
5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Other side. Well done. Come on down. 90-90. Tuck toes under. Good. And then come on up.
Exercise 45 seconds.
Pubic bone tucks towards the navel. Do your best to keep your hips level. And we're in. And you're dropping straight down here, right? So no forward movement. It's just straight down, just like the way that you came up when you're in that half kneel position. Nice. Doing great.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. All right, down to the earth. Reciprocal reach pattern. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Exercise 45 seconds.
I'm just reaching right and left, left and right. Just notice that right lat and left glute firing, and then the left lat, right glute. We'll be using those guys in our next round.
Rest coming up.
Rest. All right.
Workout pause.
Great job. Last round. Okay, so we're gonna do a single leg movement. You're gonna balance on your right leg. So what you wanna think about here is that your thigh bone's rooting into your hip socket, right? So that you're transferring the weight into that leg. Your arms are gonna come out into a T. They'll start low, they'll come high, and then they're gonna come in towards center as you hinge as much as you can. And then as you come up, you'll bring your arms out, and then you'll come back down to the side. So it's a lateral raise, then we're coming in towards center, and then we're doing a front raise to come back up. So we'll do that on that side, and then we'll go to the other side and repeat. Do your best to keep your pelvis level. So starting here, coming to here. You don't have to straighten that back leg. I'd like you to have a micro bend in that front knee too, and then you'll come back up, and then you'll come out to the side and lower back down. And then you're gonna come onto your back. You're going to lift your shoulders off the ground and bring your knees right in line with your hips. And then you're just gonna do hundreds. So you're gonna have your hands, your fingers spread nice and wide, and you're gonna pretend that you're splashing in a puddle, like so. Okay, so we're working rectus, we're working core, we're working our arms. It's like a whole body of fun, right? All right, here we go. We're gonna go in 5, 4,
Resuming your
3,
workout pause.
2,
Resuming workout reset.
and
Starting your epic fun.
we'll go right about now. So out to the side, start low. You'll come into center, and then you're gonna hinge. You can bend that back knee, then you'll come back up, pressing into the ball of the foot. You'll reach your arms wide, and then down to the side, up, coming in, hinging, then back up, out to the side. Thumbs point up as you lower, thumbs point up as you lift, then internally rotate as you hinge, then come on back up, out to the side, down. Nice work, everybody.
Rest coming up.
Good, and rest. Switch to the other side.
Rest.
So balancing, thigh bone rooting into hip socket, pelvis as level as it can be. And then just reaching arms out to the side, coming into center, hinging, then lifting back up, out to the side, and down to your side. Up, in, hinge, back up, out to the side, down. Nice work. Lateral raise to front raise. Nice work. Onto the ground. So you're going to peel your shoulders and your head off of the ground. Lift your knees in line with your hips. And then you'll just start to spread your fingers nice and wide. And just use your arms as little splashers. So you have puddles on the ground and you're splashing. This is really good for stabilization of the core. We're creating a distraction or perturbation to challenge our bodies to stabilize.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and rest. All right, back up to stand. Balance on your right foot. Thigh bone rooting into hip socket. Feel that centration. Arms reach out to either side like wings. They can come down by the side first. Then they're going to come in towards center as you hinge from your hip. And then you'll come on back up, pressing into the ball of the foot. Arms come wide and down to your side. Out to the side, into center as you hinge, and then back on up, arms part, back down by your side. Nice work. Notice the ball of that right foot pressing into the earth to stabilize. Good, rest. The other side. Press your left foot into the earth. Do your best to keep that pelvis level. You'll get more glute activation that way in the standing leg. And then you'll just reach up, in,
Exercise 45
and
seconds.
and out, and down. Up, in, hinge, back up, out to the side. Nice work, everybody.
Rest coming up.
Good, and rest. Onto the floor you go. So shoulders and head are coming off the ground. Knees in line with hips. Arms by either side. And then you're just splashing. If you want to up level, you can tap one heel and the other while you're splashing. That's definitely an up level. It's kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. Easier said than done.
Rest coming up.
3, 2,
Rest.
Rest. One more round of fun. You guys are doing great. Right. So balancing on that right foot, really pressing the ball of the foot down into the ground so you can really use that DMO so that you can track more readily here. And then arms are out to the side, and they're in, and then hinging, and then coming back up, out to the side, down by the side, out, in, hinge. Nice work.
Rest coming up.
Good, and rest. Other side.
Rest.
Pressing through the ball of your left foot. Micro bend in the knee. Thigh bone rooting into the hip socket. Do your best to keep pelvis level. Arms out to the side. And so we're lifting
5 seconds.
internally and then hinging, rising up, out, externally rotating back down to side, up, internally rotating, hinging.
Rest coming up.
Good, rest. All right, last round of hundreds. Peel those shoulders off the earth. Next, relax.
Exercise
Flex the
25
feet.
seconds.
And splash.
Rest coming up.
3, 2, and 1. Nice work, everybody. Bring those knees into your chest and offer some sweet little circles in one direction. And then the other direction.
Recovery 2 minutes.
Place your left foot on the ground and your right leg up towards the sky. And just interlace your hands behind your thigh. Press your hands into your thigh and your thigh
Control your breathing.
into your hand. And just notice that balance action. Toes spreading wide, quadricep engaging, breathing here. And then just gently start to offer that leg a little bit across towards midline, towards the left side of your body, and notice a little bit of unwinding through the outer leg on the right side, IT band, maybe outer hip. You can extend that left leg to straight. And when it feels good to you, you can take your left hand, place it on the outside of your right knee, and just offer yourself a sweet little twist here. So just allowing that left hand to rest on the outside of the right knee, gazing over your right shoulder. I encourage you to bend the knee and straighten that other leg so that you can really feel this sweet twist. Your right shoulder wants to be on the earth so that as you inhale, you'll lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, just feel the navel pulling in and up into the spine, creating more freedom for you to twist a little bit deeper. Just feeling a nice opening in that mid-spine. 2 more rounds of breath. And then pressing your knee into your hand and the knee to come back up, hugging knees into chest. And then offering your right foot to the ground, your left leg to the sky.
Exercise coming up.
Interlacing your hands behind your thigh, pressing your hands into your thigh and your thigh into your hands. And then just starting to let that left leg cross over towards the right knee. Feeling that unwinding in the left outer hip into the IT band. And then just extending that right leg to straight. Bending into your left knee, letting that right hand rest on the outside of the left knee. Gazing over your left shoulder. 5 deep breaths. Just noticing the inhale creating more length in your spine, and the exhale just allowing you to find a little more freedom, a little more opening. Navel pulling in and up. 2 more rounds of breath. Slowly unwinding, letting knees come to chest, rocking up to a seat. Nice work, everybody.